I remember walking out of prison gates. For the first time in 16 years and 11 months, I was a free man. To put that thing into perspective, I got locked up February 12th, 2003. I was 19 years old with hair. The phone of choice, Nokia chirps. People barely texted, if they did at all. I would come home at 36 years of age. Everybody had smartphones. People ordered from TV screens, cars drove themselves, and on top of that, society seemed to have shifted. That's one of the first things I noticed. People seemed more angrier and agitated than they did when I was in prison. I was confused by that. But before I get into all that, I remember walking outside of those prison gates in what should have been a moment that I should have been excited, happy, enthusiastic, grateful. But I was everything but those things. I look back at the video that's posted on this page of me walking out of the prison for the first time in a decade and a half plus. And I can hear my family celebrating. My wife, yes, I got married while I was incarcerated, happy. My mother crying tears of joy. But me, numb, trying to act like I felt what they did. But in reality, I was fearful, scared, and confused. She put a phone in my hand that I didn't know how to use, and I didn't even know how to press the button on the trunk to close the hatch on the car that I was able to get in to drive away. It's crazy. When I look back at that moment, I don't think that anyone could have convinced me that it was going to be okay. I thought that whatever I was feeling, whatever I was bringing into the world because of what I had experienced in prison, I thought that I was always going to feel that. And then to make matters worse, only 2.5 months later, a pandemic hit. And I was supposed to build a foundation of stability at a time where the whole world was upside down. I'll continue to get up here and tell my story, not just about what happened while I was in prison, but what happened after. I'll continue to talk about addiction and mental health because I know the importance of being a voice for those that are incarcerated and their families. And for anybody wondering, I'm a victim's advocate too. What's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And I'm here to talk about over-sentencing, prison conditions, and more. How people leave prison worse than better. And anyone in society should agree that we want our justice system to do better and our prisons to do better, to not replicate a situation of something that just occurred, like the Robert Brooks tragedy. We should want people to come home healthier from these environments so they don't commit crimes or victimize anyone else. But there's a massive problem occurring right now. If for some reason you don't feel like you have support and you've been impacted by the justice system, incarceration, etc., please do not hesitate to follow this page, ask questions, interact, engage. I will do to the best of my ability to just show support, if nothing else, because I know what it feels like to be alone in certain moments. I'm not perfect. I'm not anybody. I'm just a voice. Thank you for your support.